All righty. I think we are live here on this Monday morning, December 28th. And we are getting close, really close to welcoming the new year, 2021. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited about it. Hey, if you are watching this on the replay, I want to welcome you, say thank you. And also wanted to remind you, if you want to be part of these coffee talks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com and throw that little banner up there, takeactioncrew.com. And you can join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Fridays are our jam session. So again, just wanted to throw that out there. We've got a cool little player there that will allow you to search through all of our past coffee talks and all of that stuff. So again, if you're watching this on the replay, or even if you're here live and you're watching me say this right now, head on over to takeactioncrew.com and you can get connected. You can join our morning crew. All right. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is something that literally just happened to me over the weekend. And it caught me off guard. It caught me by surprise. I had no idea what was going on because we started to get some new enrollments for Brand Creators Academy, and we weren't supposed to be. It was supposed to happen today, which it is right now. It's Monday, December 28th. We are doing a private open. That's how we welcome new members in order to be considered to join. You have to fill out a little survey, or you have to go through one of our other trainings, and then you are invited. I believe right now it's right around 550 people that are getting these private invites. If you're watching this and you would like to be part of Brand Creators Academy and you haven't yet filled out a survey or let us know that you're interested, you can always head over to, and this is even after the fact, you can head on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com, and there you'll just click on apply, and there's a quick little survey. Then what'll happen is, because right now we are going to be opening for 3 days to a small group of people, if you want to be considered, and if you want to join us, you'll have to just go there, fill out that quick little survey, and then from there, you'll get invited. All right. So again, that's brandcreatorsacademy.com. That is happening as we speak. Now, like I said, we literally were caught off guard by this. I mean, here it was Christmas. And let's see, it was the day after Christmas. So it was the 26th. And which, by the way, hopefully you guys had a great holiday, had a great Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever. Hopefully you guys had some good time with your family. So I hope so. We did. We had a great time. Had my granddaughter here, my daughter, my son-in-law, my son, my other daughter. So it was pretty awesome. We had a great time. But the following day, I got a notification that someone joined Brand Creators Academy. I get these little notifications. They send them, or Chris actually hooked it up so we get a little notification through our Voxer. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Someone joined. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, okay, maybe they had an old link that we hadn't changed over. And then it's probably about another, I don't know, hour later, I get another alert that we just had another member join. Okay, what's going on here? So I messaged Chris and he's like, I have no idea what's going on. He goes, all I did was I updated our page so it's ready to go on Monday. I set up a sequence that's going to go out on Monday. He's like, man, that's weird. And I said, well, it's got to be something must have got triggered in this process. And guys, there is a moral to this story of why I'm telling you this, because, you know, even you might look at people and go, oh, they're really successful, and they make mistakes and they have things that don't work always or that malfunction. But in this case, I'm going to share with you how we're able to take this and then use it to bring more attention to Brand Creators Academy. All right. So just bear with me. So, you know, I was going back and forth with Chris, and then as we're doing that, we got another notification of another member. I'm like, my gosh, like this isn't supposed to be happening right now. I mean, this is good, but it's not supposed to be happening. I don't want people to be going through a sequence that is supposed to be going out on Monday, and now it's going out now. And so long story short, Chris, after about probably an hour's worth of digging, found out that we exported around 55-ish people from new applications and then imported them into a spreadsheet. And then when we imported them, that was the trigger that set the sequence in motion. All right. So I'm a fan of automation, by the way. I'm just sometimes not a big fan of automation because things like this can happen. And then you have to spend time tracing everything out. It's worth it, but it can be annoying. Okay. And so anyway, so we had this whole sequence ready to go out on Monday, which has went out now. But I said to Chris, I go, we need to now let these people know that just joined that, yes, they can join, but they're also getting a head start because we also had a bonus that for the first 10 people would get a one-on-one strategy session with myself where we're going to sit down, we're going to map out their business, their goals, and we're going to go ahead and do that, right? So I'm like, well, people on Monday, they're not going to have the same chance as these people did because these people got, an early, notification. So I said, well, here's what I'm going to do. We kind of cut off the new applicants that were able to come in. We thought that was fair. And then we said, anybody that got those, I think 4 people, I'll just do a one-on-one coaching call with them. And then we'll still start with 10 new people on Monday. It'll be 14 people versus 10. I'm fine with that. So the reason why I'm sharing this though, by the way, is that when something doesn't go 100% right, you can still use that by being totally transparent with your audience. Now, another thing that I did was as soon as this happened, I emailed my entire list yesterday on a Sunday. And I said, sorry, I made a mistake. And then in the email, I talked about everything that I just told you in just a summarized version. And so what this does is it lets people know that are on the early notification list that you might have received this email. If you did, it's okay. You can join. Okay. But don't share the link. And then the other side of it is the people that didn't get that are on the early list, but didn't get that because they weren't part of that 55 group. They also are reminded that it's coming on Monday. So be ready. And then I also was able to let people know that are on the main email list that there was a mistake and we can all learn from mistakes, but we can also use these as being transparent with your audience that things happen. And also now I'm bringing attention back to Brand Creators Academy. So you see how everything kind of ties together. I had a reason. And a lot of people say, Scott, I don't know what to send my email list. Just send them something that happened that you can tie back to your product, services, your blog, your website, whatever. You just need to come up with a little reason. Like this here, like our reason was something happened that we weren't sure how happened. But also if you are running a business and something happens, don't hide from it. Show people, hey, I'm human. It happened. And some people benefited early. Some people are going to benefit on Monday. And if you're not part of this early bird group, you might want to get on that group if you're interested in joining Brand Creators Academy, right? And when we did that, I'll have to look, but I think we got about another 10 applicants just from sending that email on Sunday. Okay. Got like 10 more people that weren't already on the application list. And now are those 10, all of them going to join? No, but now I've got 10 more people that are totally interested in Brand Creators Academy. Okay. And by the way, we've kind of switched it up. We used to do it where it was just a public open. Now it's not a public open. We are letting the public know that we're open, but in order to get an invite, you need to either fill out the application or the survey, or you would have had to have gone through one of our past trainings. That's how you qualify to be accepted or invited into the academy. So again, I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's useful for you to understand that if something doesn't go right, I'll give you another example. This morning, I sent out our email that was scheduled, that was going to go out to everyone, okay, to let them know, hey, we're open and you can join now, okay? And that was for, I say everyone, that was for the smaller group, the 500 plus people. Well, I looked at my open rate, it was kind of low. But the email I sent yesterday to my entire list was high. And I'm like, something's off here. There must have been something that got triggered. So what am I going to do? At around 12:15, which it's already scheduled right now, I'm sending out an email that is very, very short, very few links. And I'm doing that because I know that there's only a small percentage of people that were able to see that email because the open rate was low. So then I'm going to see that. I'm going to adapt to it. You start to understand your open rates. You start to understand your click-through rates. You start to understand that. And if it looks like it's off, then send another email. Why wait till tomorrow, right? If you know immediately that your open rate is low, wait an hour or two, send another email. And if you want to call it out like I did, like I sent I think I said in the email, this may be your second email from me today. And if it is, sorry, but there's a good reason. Here's why. Number one, we had some issues with our email provider sending out our emails. So we wanted to make sure that you got this email because it's time sensitive. There's your reason. Okay. So again, always be thinking about when you're leading up to some type of promotion, how can you bring attention to it without saying like, go buy my stuff? Now I'm sharing this with you. This is a lesson. Okay. This right here, this little segment that I'm doing here for you is a lesson that you can learn from. Whether you ever join Brand Creators Academy, I am showing up here and I am giving you a lesson from something that happened to me over the weekend, and I am giving that to you. Now, you can do whatever you want with it. If I was you, I would say, Scott said that I should probably send more emails because not everyone is seeing my emails. Yes, there's some people that are going to see 2 emails. Some are going to maybe say, oh, I think that's too many emails. Some are not, right? And it's you're going to miss out on all of those other people. So that's the big lesson here. And it's also, I kind of want to highlight, the lesson is be transparent with your market. Like I'm telling you this right now, this happened. It's transparency. And by you seeing that, you're like, oh, that's cool. So if Scott's transparent about that, what other things is he transparent about? I kind of trust him more now. He's not trying to hide from it. Like I could have let that promotion, that email sequence just keep running over the weekend as if it was like our deadline sequence where I'm going to basically say it's ending on Sunday night. I didn't do that. I cut it and I go, listen, this is what happened. If you got the email, lucky you, right? Because you got it early. If you didn't get the email, it's coming Monday. And here's what happened and here's why. But now I turned it into a lesson that you get to benefit from, whether you join Brand Creators Academy or not. But you see that if we go back and if we looked through the transcript of this after this thing gets transcribed, I bet there's a lot of mentions about Brand Creators Academy. And I'm not telling you to go join Brand Creators Academy because you can't just go there and join right now. You can go there and apply. You can go there and, look at the information. And maybe when you're ready, you might want to. I'm just bringing attention to it because that's what we're doing right now. But I'm also tying it into a lesson. So does that make sense? Is that helpful? And if you have any questions on this, let me know. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of coffee because this is a coffee talk. And we'll see if you guys have any questions. And we'll see who's hanging out here. Guys, drop in the comments who's here and how your Christmas was or your holidays. How are your holidays? Let's see here. Looks like Ruth's in the house. What's up, Ruth? Good morning. Hopefully you guys had an amazing Christmas. I think you did. I think I seen some posts about you guys having an awesome Christmas. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. Drop, if you have any questions in there, and it looks like Salma's here. What's up, Salma? Transparency builds trust. Yes. And what is transparency actually? Like, what does that actually mean? Transparency just means that you're not hiding anything and that you're going to let your list or your social media or whatever, let them know that you're real and that your business is real and not trying to be like hiding behind anything. I think that's being transparent for me anyway. It's letting people know your struggles. It's letting people know that, not everything is perfect. Not everything is Instagram perfect, right? Like there's things that happen in our businesses, in our life. There's struggles. We all have them, right? So you really you need to lean into that. And I would say moving into 2021, that is what's going to separate you from everyone else. If you try to be perfect, you're going to come across as everyone else. You got the perfect hair that day. You got the perfect, outfit on that day. People want real and raw. And I think I'm going to do a bit more of that myself, meaning stuff like just taking a walk, bringing my phone and doing a Facebook Live and having a conversation like this, getting out of this environment that you guys are so used to, right? Just being more real and raw. And will that lead directly to a sale? No, it won't. Sometimes it could, but it won't. And that's not my goal. The goal is to build a better trust, a better relationship over time. And for anyone that's building an email list, that's what you need to be thinking about. You need to be thinking about, how do I build a relationship on a regular basis? Now, I didn't know that I was going to write that email on Sunday until what happened on Saturday triggered what I was going to send on Sunday. And I came up with my reason why. So you always need to look at, what is the reason I'm going to email my list today? Well, I don't have anything to tell my email list today. That's probably BS, to be quite honest with you. We all have something. And I know, like, if you have anything to do with just people that are using your product or that are consuming your information, there is something that you can send them that is relevant and relatable to them right now. And from something that you did over the weekend. Again, if I was into bass fishing, I might be like, well, holidays are over, but I had an amazing time. I was able to fish with my father, who I haven't gone fishing with in over a year and a half. And it was just an amazing time. You know, we caught a couple of largemouth bass, and it was funny because I was using my new spinner, and the thing actually did really well. Here's a picture of me and my father, fishing over the holiday break. What a great time. I know we all fish for different reasons, but one of mine is to be able to spend quality time with the people I love. There's your message of the day, right? Like, that's it. I mentioned a spinner. I mentioned, fishing. I mentioned largemouth. I showed a picture. This is all stuff that will set up for when you do a promotion. Okay. So just always be thinking about not just, how do I sell stuff? Okay. Like right now, I could be on here just going like, guys, I'm going to talk every little second here about Brand Creators Academy and why you should join. Okay. I'm just going to tell you everything that we have to offer. I'm going to tell you everything that it will do for you in your business. I'm going to just keep telling you all that stuff. I can tell you a little bit, I can tell you that being around, positive people, the accountability, having mentorship, I could tell you all that stuff and just sit here and make this whole episode about why mentorship is so important. And you get that in Brand Creators Academy. I could do that, but I choose not to, because I can mention it enough to where you're like, I'm going to look into this Brand Creators Academy thing. I've been stuck a little bit, or I need a plan. I'm going to do it in 2021, and you'll go there, and I can mention it, but I don't need to make the whole thing about it, right? Because what I'm doing right now is basically what I teach. So just model what I'm doing, and I believe you'll have a really good chance of getting results. And results, we're not just talking about money. We're talking about just traffic. We're talking about, getting an email list that's engaged, that wants to hear from you, and all of those things. That's what you need to be looking at, not just the money side of things. So anyway, I kind of went on a little bit of a rant there. Let's see here. Derek's in the house. What's up, Derek? Good morning, Kay. Ruth says we had a Christmas with 3 inches of snow on Christmas Eve night. So that's awesome. Actually, I would have taken 3 inches here, which I don't want snow, but I would have did it for Christmas Eve for my kids. Helene, what's up? Merry Christmas, Scott and Coffee Crew. What's up? Derek, why is so much attention going to social media these days? Well, you know what, Derek? It might be the reason why you are noticing it, because you are paying attention to those people that are saying that social media is the thing these days. I don't feel that same thing, to be honest with you. I don't feel it, because I've chosen to not look at Clubhouse, the new thing, right? Which, by the way, I've been hearing that, because, there's people that are just posting about Clubhouse and this new thing. But then also you got people saying like, yeah, Facebook's going to eventually buy it, or Instagram, and it'll be part of Facebook. It'll be part of this. So anyway, I just tune that stuff out, because that doesn't matter to me right now. So I do think what you focus on expands. We all know that, right? And it's kind of like, if you're following people that are pushing social media stuff, that you need to be on social media all the time. You need to be feeding Instagram. You got to be on the Clubhouse. You got to be on this. Then that's what you're going to feel. I don't feel that. because I choose to put blinders on and only focus on traffic on my website, content creation, steady reps, right? That's what I focus on. Then I focus on email list building. Then I focus on digital products. Like that's all that I'm really focusing on. Does that mean I won't focus on Pinterest? Yeah, I'll focus on Pinterest because it's an evergreen channel. You know that, right? But I'm not focusing on the next shiny thing. I'm not talking about Snapchat. I'm not talking about TikTok. I'm not talking about Clubhouse. I don't even know what Clubhouse does, to be honest with you. I don't even understand the premise of it or what it will do for you. I don't care. That's how I look at it. Podcasting for me is my thing, right? That's what I focus on. But I'm not focusing on every day, like, how do I get more listeners on my podcast? I just show up and I do this. That's what I choose to do. So Derek, I think we got to start trimming a little bit. I know you and I have talked about that in the past on these coffee talks. You got to start taking your focus off of that, unless you want to focus on that. Do you want to build a large social media following? And if you think that that's going to get you to where you want to go, then focus all your time and energy there. I wouldn't encourage that, because I think you're going to spend time building a follower base on a channel that they can just pull back your reach in a second, or they can ban your account. I don't want anything to do with that. So that's why I get pretty riled up there when it comes to that. I think it's what you focus on. How would you plan first quarter if you were starting a new brand? The same way I would do it if I was doing it in the second, third, or fourth quarter, Salama. It's very simple to me. I got to validate that the niche is the niche I'm going to go into and that it has the opportunities of traffic and revenue. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build my website, which isn't going to take long. I'm going to start doing my keyword research for what questions am I going to answer in my first 10 posts. And then I'm going to go ahead and get those written. I'm going to publish them. As I'm getting ready to publish those or starting to publish them, I'm building the email list with a lead magnet. And then from there, I'm going to start thinking about a digital product that I can bolt on the back, or maybe I'll open an Etsy shop and instantly drive people there. I'm going to start thinking about revenue, right? As I'm building the traffic channel on Google, which then I can start to monetize, probably 6 months to a year down the line with traffic. That's what I would do. It's not sexy, but it's what works. And I'm going to be building an email list that I can engage with. I can send traffic to. I can get ideas for my digital products. I can build a digital product. I can sell the digital product. Do all that stuff. So what am I focusing on in the first quarter? And I would have all this done in the first quarter. So again, in Brand Creators Academy, if you follow the 30-day roadmap, you're going to have stage 1 and stage 2 done in 30 days. Stage 1, niche discovery and validation. Stage 2 is going to be the foundation, which is going to be building your website and building it out with at least 3 to 4 pieces of content, but having 10 to 12 pieces of content in the queue. And then we move into stage 3, which is list building. And we're still in first quarter then, right? So then stage 3 is going to be another 30 days-ish. So there you go. And then another 30 days would be building a digital product, right? So that's what I'd be doing, Salma. It's everything that I've shared on here. It's everything. That's what I would do to start a new brand again and again and again. Would you do more than one workshop in the first quarter if you have never done one before? How long would you spend marketing? No, I would do one and I would get that right. I would learn from that, right? So if I was going to do one workshop and I was new, so now I'm not new, so I can't really give you that on I'm new, so this is what I would do. What I would do is I would start bringing attention to it probably over 2 to 3 weeks. And then I would do the workshop. I would turn that into a digital product. Then I would focus on marketing it. So I wouldn't think about the next workshop and the next workshop and the next workshop. Like so many people want to jump from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. You've spent the time to build this asset. Let's market it now. And that's exactly what we're doing with the email list building fast track workshop right now. We are now, we are promoting that through Facebook ads, and we're learning that process. And we're starting to see how can we take that and focus on getting more customers through the email list building fast track workshop. And then those people are going to be invited into Brand Creators Academy. That's it. Not worrying about the next workshop, which by the way, we will be doing at least one workshop in the first quarter, probably 2, but that's us. That's what we're doing. But if you're brand new, I would not want to get overwhelmed with all of that stuff. I would say, get the topic that you're going to be teaching, make it very, very narrow, very specific, like we did for email list building. or digital product creation. It's one thing that you're going to learn in 30 days or less. Like that's it. And then I would get attention to it over the course of 2 to 3 weeks. Then I would deliver it, right? I'd show up, record it, do it, teach it. And then I would turn that into a digital asset that I would then start to market. That's it. Jason, what's up, man? Good morning. Glad to hear you had a great holiday. Looking forward to working with you in 2021. Jason, would love to work with you, man. And the way that you do that is you get into Brand Creators Academy, which I'm not sure if you are at this point, but if you are, then yes, we will be working together along with my partner, Chris Schaefer, and then everyone else inside of our BCA family, as we call ourselves, or tribers. But yeah, would love to see what you got going on. Salma, how long would you consistently write one blog a week before adding more? You mean adding more each week? Yeah, I think that that's a good question. I would, again, not to overwhelm yourself. So many people get overwhelmed because they think they have to bump it up to 2 a week now and 3 a week. And then they get overwhelmed and then they stop. Get the cadence, get the rhythm. That's the big thing we need to do, guys. We got to get the rhythm down. Okay, get the rhythm. Then we can add another one in there, because once you get that rhythm, once you understand all of the parts and the system and the process that you've developed now, which again, we do all that inside the academy, is you get that rhythm, you get that cadence, then we can go, let's go ahead and add another one in. Now we're going to do 2 a week. So now we went from 4 a month, 8 a month. Do you think that that's going to help you get traffic faster? Absolutely. 100%. I mean, it makes sense. If we do more of the things that are working, we will get more results. It just compounds on itself. So that's what I would do there. Derek, my brand name is different than my content, but the content is under the brand name. I don't know what that is, on the website and landing page. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Brand name is different than my content. I would need a more specific thing there, Derek. To no snow on Christmas, Derek says. Oh, Will. Hey, Will. Hey, Scott. Had a great Christmas. Wrapping up a deal to sell my Amazon business. Looking forward to my next venture in 2021. We'll keep you posted. Hope you had a great holiday. Yeah, keep me posted. Would love to hear what you're up to. Let's see. Oh, well, first, Salama says, take a sip of coffee. So I appreciate that. I will do that. Okay. How many words should you aim to have in your guest blogs? Guest blogs, meaning you're going to post on someone else's blog. I would say 1,500 is a good rule of thumb. If you can do 2,000, but again, that's one of those things, as long as it needs to be, But I would probably shoot for 1,500 words minimum to give them something of substantial. And I think, so what you're saying is you're going to be guest blogging. Basically, it's a great way to get a backlink. It's a great way to get traffic and really capitalize on someone else's traffic and lead them over to your, to your website. Question blogs. I don't know what you mean by that. Question posts? Because if you do question posts, that's going to be answering questions. Can you catch bass in a small pond? That's a long tail keyword. It's a question. You're going to answer that. How do you answer that within, 1,200 to 1,500 words? Very easily. You just expand on all of the variations of that, and all of the different things that you need to understand about that. It's not just like, can you catch bass in a small pond? Yes, you can. And people have done it many times. It's not that. It's like, yes, you can, because, largemouth bass like smaller environments, and they usually have schools of fish. I don't know, I'm making stuff up, right? And then you would go into that, and then you would go, the one thing that every fisherman should understand about largemouth bass is their history. They are known as blah, 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 and you take them through like different things of teaching about not just that one question. Okay, cool. Jason says, my apologies to have you repeat yourself. What is the link again you mentioned earlier to apply? Yeah, if you want to apply, just go to Brand Creators Academy. Let me get that out of there. Yeah, right there. brandcreatorsacademy.com. And that'll take you to our resources page. But then from there, you can click on Brand Creators Academy. That will take you to the page where you can also get you can read all the information. But then what you'll do is you'll just go ahead. There's a quick little survey there. And then from there, you can apply. And then once you apply, you'll be on that list of people that are getting the invites today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And it's expiring on Wednesday. We're going to keep it open for 3 days just for the private invites. And if you have any questions on that, let me know. And I can address those for you, whether it's here or it's, later. Doesn't matter. Richard, what's up, man? Scott, I have an important question, a pressing question. What looks best? Checked shirt, tucked in or hanging loose? Looking for style tips. I like mine untucked. Just saying. There's actually a brand out there called Untucked, and they create shirts for men to have untucked without them looking too long, too baggy. I like that company. I've only purchased one shirt from them, by the way. But nowadays, they make shirts for men that are a little bit more tailored fit or a little bit more athletic fit. I like those. Myself personally, I don't like a baggy shirt. And this is funny that we're talking about style tips because I'm not a style guy at all. I mean, look I'm wearing a flannel with a t-shirt underneath it. Like that's my style, and jeans. So not your style go-to guy, but that's a funny question. But hopefully that helped you. Next year is only days away. How long will you plan in advance? Quarterly, monthly, or yearly, or a combination of all? No, I would say, like, for me, the first quarter, like, that's all I'm going to do. And really what that looks like is, and for me, it's kind of gotten easier over the years because I have really gotten focused on what I'm doing, who I'm serving. And that's all I want to do. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to show up to do and serve. And right now for me, it's Brand Creators Academy. Okay. Now, 5 years ago, it was, we were doing private label classroom. Okay. I was doing that. That was my main focus. I was doing a webinar every single week or a workshop. And then from there, we would get new people to join private label classroom. And then from there, that was our whole focus. And then how to support those people. So whatever I'm doing, I'm always going to try to keep it very, very precise and targeted so I don't get overwhelmed. So in this case, Brand Creators Academy, we're doing private opens only. That's all we're doing. So how do we get people to apply or to qualify? Well, we have workshops. So I'm going to focus on workshops, right? Those workshops are paid workshops. People have to pay to be a part of those. Once they're a part of those, they're a candidate to join the academy. So I'm just looking at, okay, what does it look like for the first quarter? We're going to do a new workshop in January. What's that day going to be? What's the content going to be? How long in advance do we have to start letting people know about this? And then I would just map it all out. Right? How many calls are we doing inside of the academy? How many hot seats are we doing? I map all those things out so I know that they're on my list of things to do. That's where I'm headed, right? And the cool thing is as you're creating content, I know this is a little bit random, but I just want to share it with you guys. As you are creating this content, so like, let's say that I'm going to do a workshop in the first part of January, and let's say it's going to be on niche discovery and validation, because I've talked about doing that one. Let's say it's going to be that one. Well, now for the 2 to 3 weeks leading up to it, what do you think I'm going to be talking about? Niche validation, niche discovery, probably showing some good examples of niches. Then I'll probably talk about how inside the academy, we do niche drill downs. That's what we call them, is where we'll have a member come in and they'll be like, hey, I've got this niche. I validated it. I think it's good. And I'll be like, hey, want me to do a niche validation for you? And then I'll take their niche and I will do a drill down. We'll record it, put it in the academy. And now I get to talk about it here on the Coffee Talks. I get to talk about it through an email. I go, hey, I just finished up a niche validation for one of our members inside the academy. And this is something that we do periodically. We record them, put them in there. But man, this niche, I can't give it away because we only share that stuff in the academy. But I will tell you this. It is very, very, very niche down and it gets a ton of traffic. But the way that I am able to validate these is following my 3-step process. And that's what these are. Boom, boom, boom. So I brought up the Academy. I got you maybe interested in the Academy. I also talked about niche validation. And hey, you might not be ready to join the Academy, but I'm going to be doing a niche validation workshop coming up. If you're interested, it's going to be $37. Go here to register. So this way here, you can attend it live. Like that's what we would do. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my planning. I'm not planning 5 years in advance. To me, that's way too long for me. I could have a 5-year plan of like, in 5 years, well, it's funny because in 5 years, I don't see myself really doing anything different other than I want to be able to travel again. And my wife and I've talked about doing like a little RV, like renting an RV for maybe a few weeks and just, traveling in different spots and, different areas, but then coming back. I'm a rooted guy, by the way. I like my home. I'm just very, I like routines. So for me to do that, it's a little bit out there, but that's what I'm looking at. Business wise, I still see myself doing what I'm doing. Will things be different? Will I have another business that I've started or partnered with? Maybe. I'm not looking that far in advance. I think so many things can change. So what I'm looking at is a year out. And that's really going to be, a lot of times it's numbers. It's like, okay, the Academy has X now. I want this many, and I want to be able to still serve those people at the same level. Right? How are we going to get those people in there? How are we going to take care of those people? And I start going through all of those things, and then we start working ourselves backwards. That's it. That's the planning. So I'm not one of these guys that's going to have like this massive planning session where I'm going to have all of these things that I need to get done. To me, it's about less. To me, less is more in my life, at least the way that I operate. All right. Let's see here. What workshop are you planning to do first? Probably going to be the niche discovery validation one, to be honest. Okay. And then Aldo says, this is a good one, from Peru. What's up, Aldo from Peru? Pretty cool. I love that. How much roughly should I have initially to invest in my brand project? Well, there's a lot of questions that we would have to answer there, ask and answer, Aldo. But it would be, if you're going to be launching a physical product brand, or are you going to be launching a digital product brand, or are you going to be just doing a content creation type website? Like, what type of brand are we talking? A physical product brand, we're probably talking, minimum of $3,000 to $5,000 minimum. Then I would say if it's just a digital product brand, we're going to also have content and email list building. I would say, you could get started on that for less than $100. But realistically, once we want to start building a list and stuff, I'd say $1,000, $1,500. And then again, okay, so Aldo says digital. Yeah. So digital, it's very simple to me. So let me ask you this again. This is good that we're being able to do this from Peru, by the way. So digital, are you still going to want to create content on a website to get organic traffic that could lead people to sales? Are you going to be wanting to build an email list, or are you strictly just going to build a digital product and try to sell it on Facebook? Like, give me that, if you will, and I'll take a sip of coffee while we get that answer. Which, by the way, this is what I love doing on our hot seats inside the Academy. We do those pretty often. And they're really, really cool to do because we get to drill down and dig down and ask these questions back and forth. And it usually leads to a lot of clarity when we do these calls. So I'll wait a little bit longer for Aldo if he's still there to answer that question. What's up, Karen? Good morning. What's up? Hopefully you had a good holiday. I think you did. I think I seen a picture you posted in the Academy. Let's see. And let's see if I missed any questions here too. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, good. We got the answer, or the answer to my questions, and I can give you the answer. Digital plus email list. Okay, and website. I feel a bit scared. What are you scared about, Aldo? I want to know that. I think that would be helpful for me to understand what you are scared about with the website. I think you're saying you're scared about the website. So here's how I see it. I've created email list building fast track workshop, digital product creation fast track workshop. Both of those work really well together. So even if you did not have a website, you could do those too. You're going to want the website. The website to me is your foundation. The website is your home base. That's where everything will reside. Okay. So that's your piece of online real estate. Think about it that way. You have a piece of online real estate that you control, that is going to be your property. You have assets that you can put on there that are going to be free for people to consume and also paid. Okay. So the idea is to build out your foundation. So, I'm not quite sure what you're scared about. I mean, there's nothing really to be scared about. It's going to take time to do it. And to me, if you validate properly, which we talk about here on the Coffee Talks, or we help you with that inside the academy, but there's really nothing to be scared about other than, if you were shelling out a whole bunch of money. It's really about time. And if you validate ahead of time, and we look at traffic and we look at revenue, monetization, we can prove the thing works before we ever get started, that's what we want to do. So the way that I look at it is, if you're investing time and money, it's literally looking at it like this. I'm going to invest time in the beginning for validating, right? I'm going to spend time to validate that my niche has traffic and that it will make money. Okay. That's all that we're going to do there in the beginning. So we're going to spend time. That doesn't cost any money. Then from there, we're going to invest a little bit of money. We're going to invest in a domain name. We're going to invest in hosting, and we might invest in a theme for our website, and we might invest in someone to write the articles for us. Okay. And if, with that all being said, let's say that we did hire all that out, you're still going to be able to get started for like $100. Okay. But then as we start to build it out, we might want to build that email list next, right? So if we do that, we're going to want, ConvertKit's free for your first 1,000 subscribers. So we can start there for free. But then once we get to the paid plan, it might be $29 a month. Still very, very inexpensive to start your own business, right? To build your list, we're going to need a lead magnet. Usually we can create that for free, or we would, pay someone to help us create that. Maybe we'll spend $100 on a lead magnet. ConvertKit, by the way, allows us to deliver and create a landing page for that, which I talk about all this in the email list building fast track workshop and inside the academy. But that's what we do there, right? We're able to now build that out. Once we get that done, we're going to want to drive traffic. Now, this is where you can invest as little or as much as you want. I like to see people get that email list up to 500 subscribers or more in 30 days. To do that, we've seen it done for as little as $500. We've seen it, as much as 1,500. Okay. It just depends on the market and stuff. But that's the investment. Once you get to the 500, if you want to back off on that, you can. But now we're producing content on the website, and then we're going to direct those people from our email list over to our content as Google is starting to index our content. And that's it. That's what I would do. And while you're doing that, now you can start asking your email list, hey, I'm thinking about creating some helpful resources and things that will benefit you. What is one of the things that you need help with right now? And then start surveying your list. And then once you find it out, you build the digital product. You then do a launch. I mean, Matt, inside of our academy, Matt just went through this entire process. Octavio went through this whole process. And it's just amazing to see them go through this process and then get the results that they're getting. So it works. Nothing to be afraid of, but you do need to get started and follow that plan. The biggest thing is just getting focused, showing up consistently, and just putting in the work. But it starts with that validation piece. And then there's really no fear because it's been proven by other brands and other websites, right? Let's see. Derek says the website is part of his foundation. Yes. Okay. So Aldo says the technical stuff of a website scares me a bit. No reason to be scared about this. I'll tell you why. It's super simple. And we actually walk you through it. But even if you didn't go through any of our trainings, I mean, you could Google it. You could look on YouTube. You could hire someone to set up your website for you for about $25 on Fiverr. There's no reason to be scared about this because when you get down to it, you buy your hosting through a company like HostGator or Bluehost. They have a free installer that will install WordPress for you. And then once you get WordPress done, then it's just a matter of like posting, creating a post. Even if you don't do it 100% accurate, it's going to still get published. Okay. Nothing to be scared about when you're dealing with a website. Not nowadays. Nothing. Okay. And again, it's something that we that we help you with inside the academy, or if you go through any of our trainings, we generally help with that. Hey, D, what's up? Hopefully you had a good holiday. Scott, you're amazing. You make it sound so easy. Aldo, you are in the right place. Thank you, D. Jason, excuse me, curious, and I am totally optimistic. What sort of results have a few experience been that you can talk to? Have a few. I'm not sure I understand that. Like, what sort of results have a few experience? You mean our members? Right off the top of my head. And see, the other thing is, Jason, we look at results not just as like the monetization side. It's like growth as far as like, where were you 6 months ago to where you are now? So we look at traffic, but we also look at like, how long have you been spinning your wheels and you haven't gotten your website up and running, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of members now that have websites up and running that are starting to get traffic or have traffic coming in. I know Karen is on with us, I believe, and she's gotten her website up to over, I think it was the last I checked, 10,000 visitors per month. So she's already gotten up to that, when in the beginning, she didn't have that. Built her email list from scratch to now over probably 1,000 plus. And Karen's probably on with us. She can give me better numbers. Like I said, Matt, who's a full-time fireman, started with zero. Got a website. He's getting organic traffic to his site. He's got his email list to over 3,000. Just launched his first digital product initially out of the gate. Built that product, by the way, out of blog posts that he created. Then from there, selling that same bunch of blog posts, turned it into a digital product and sold it to his email list. Now, we took that and we're bolting that onto the back end of his thank you page as he's dialing up his traffic on Facebook. So that's happened. Octavio, very similar story to him. Ken Wilson is in our academy, who has a physical product business, but has bolted on the email list side of things and has brought his sales up. Let's see. Ty Linda is another one who had a brick and mortar shop that she's doing. I can't give it away, but basically doing some custom type work. Now has traffic from Google because she's done website, content. She's also got her social up on like YouTube, Pinterest. And she's said that her sales have increased. I think in one statement, she said they went up by 70% just because of the email list. So, I mean, there's a lot of people in there that are doing some really good things, but there's people that are successful they have never done anything and now they're doing something, and they actually have a website up and running, which they never thought that they were going to be able to do. So there's all varying results, and it's not we are not the type that are going to be like, hey, join Brand Creators Academy and you're going to make, $10,000 a month in, 60 days. That's not our motto. And we've never claimed that. We don't want to claim that, because it's really up to you, the individual, and what you want, right? We'll help direct and guide you. But there's no guarantees in anything. But I will tell you this, if we can get you momentum, if we can get you to show up daily or even weekly and be consistent, there's a much greater chance that you're going to get the results that you're looking for. But it really does come down to getting realistic with your goals too, right? So hopefully that helped. Oh, Karen, cool. Have over 1,800 plus working on new lead magnet and upsell. Yeah, and Karen's a go-getter. So Karen, thank you. But yeah, Karen is always taking action, always learning, and always testing, which I love. Oh, and D says, Jason, before following Scott, I never used to send emails. Now I send 2 emails a week, and sometimes I don't even ask for sales on my emails, and I still get sales. Wow, that's pretty cool. So D, thank you for that. And D's part of our academy. She's in the academy. So hopefully that helped you, Jason. Okay, cool. Brandon says, hey, Scott, I just signed up for BCA. Looking forward to making progress. You're in the right place, Brandon. We are going to help you with that. So super excited that you're going to be now part of the academy. And 2021 is going to be amazing. I've got some really cool things planned. And there's actually a group of people inside of our academy that have started to really set up these little mini little masterminds, I guess we're calling them, or little pods. We haven't finalized anything yet, but we're looking at doing that too, which is really cool that our community is stepping up to create these little accountability pods, if you will. So that's in progress too. Just a lot of cool things. Derek, Aldo is in the right place. The past workshops will provide him the information he seeks in past coffee talks. Yeah, absolutely. Like whether you join or not, I'm here to tell you that we're going to do our best to help you whether you join or not. Just if you join, we get more direct access to each other. Hot seats. Like I said, we do 2 monthly calls. So we can jump on a call on, a Thursday at 5, and then you can sit in on that call and just sit there and just listen to what everyone else is asking and the questions. We did some website reviews last week, or you can ask your own questions because maybe that week you have questions because you're working on things. And that's how it works. Like accountability is a big piece of our community. And then all of the trainings that we offer as well. Jason says, thank you for taking the time to answer my previous question. You did wonderfully. Thanks. Thanks, D. Yeah, awesome. Cool. So, all right, guys, I think that we're going to wrap this up. I didn't think this was going to go this long today, but you guys have been very active, which I love, by the way. And here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to share this with someone. If you think that these coffee talks are valuable. I was going to say valuable to you, then share it. Like that's all I'm asking. Currently I'm not driving traffic to the coffee talks. And it's one of those things like, yes, there are going to be, less people here live than there will be on the replays. I understand that. I'm cool with that. I'll show up here if there's only 2 of you on. I don't care. But I really want to spread the word, and really the motto of we don't need to do more. We just need to do things on a regular basis, consistently, and really focus on the basics. I'm a big believer on focusing on the basics. I talk about this when we're talking about sports and stuff. My daughter, volleyball, basketball, my son, basketball, baseball. Every single time that we would go, and improve their game, it's always the fundamentals. It's the layups. It's hitting off the tee, reps, right? It's the same thing in business. We don't need to try that new device over there that might get us quicker, right? We don't need to try that. We just need to do the stuff that's been proven over and over and over again. And that's hitting off a tee for baseball, or that's doing vertical jumping to increase your vertical so you can spike the ball better, right? Or you can block the ball better at the net. It's always the basics for me anyway. All right. So stick to the basics, show up, commit to yourself. That's a big one. Commit to yourself every single day. And if you need to, get an accountability partner, like you're going to the gym, like it's for your business, and just show up and be consistent. If that's one thing I can leave you with, it's being consistent. I mean, guys, I've been doing these podcasts now for over 5 years, consistently Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I started doing the coffee talks. I did 100 in a row because that was my goal. I'm going to do 100 in a row every single day. Did 100 in a row. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to do 3 a week. I'm going to stick to that because doing one every day was a lot on me, right? Plus the podcast. Now I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the coffee talks. I have not missed a day except Christmas. I did take that day off. But it's just about being consistent and showing up on a regular basis and just staying consistent, committing to yourself. All right. So guys, if you are watching this and it's before December 30th and you'd like to join us in the Academy, well, all you need to do is make sure that you go through and fill out that survey. Go to brandcreatorsacademy.com. And then from there, you will get a special invite. We will look at that. If there was an obvious thing there that you just are not the right fit, we will reach out to you and let you know why and what you can do to get yourself to the right place. Or maybe we just say, listen, I don't think that the Academy's for you. This is what we focus on. This is what you want to focus on. So again, if you're interested in joining us, we are open right now. If you're watching this on December 28th, but it's not open to the public. It's only by private invites. In order to get a private invite, you would need to go to brandcreatorsacademy.com and apply or fill out that survey. And then from there, we will be sending you an email with a private invite. All right. If you have any other questions on that, let me know. And Aldo says here, just to close up, I appreciate all your positive vibes. No problem, Aldo. And thank you for tuning in from Peru, by the way. That's pretty awesome. That made my day, actually. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. I'll be back here Wednesday, and we'll probably be talking, we'll probably be talking more about this type of stuff, but Yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're going to be talking about Wednesday. I bet, though, I'll be talking a little bit more about the Academy, because that'll be the day that we're closing the Academy. So anyway, guys, I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have an awesome, amazing day. And again, if you're interested in joining us, head on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com. All right, guys, take care, take action, have an awesome, amazing day, and get ready, because 2021 is going to be an amazing year. All we need to do, though, is commit up here and actually do the work, and we've got a great chance of succeeding. All right, guys, have an awesome day. Take care.